we're impressed by the number of young people who come to us almost every day, at least every week, who want to figure out how to be farmers and want to come work on our farm.
Pretty cool. And where'd you come from before this?
I grew up right here in Rome, New York. Graduated from Rome Free Academy, class of '89, big hair class.
Big hair class, yes. And how about you?
I grew up in the Catskills, a little town of Stone Ridge near New Paltz, New York.
Oh, okay, all right.
Big hair too?
And
maybe not quite as big a hair.
So what happened? You just decided to buy a farm. I mean, we were talking to the Beekman boys down in Sharon Springs just the other day during the Heart Radiothon, and they're New York City people that came up, bought a farm, and now they're growing stuff, and they're raising goats and milking them and creating cheese and all that. That's what you guys are doing.
Well, we love the Beekman boys. They're awesome, and they've been very supportive of my book. And at the same time, our farm is very different from their farm. Right. I think that the Beekman boys might be a little horrified by the authenticity and reality of our farm.
Yours is the real deal.
Yeah. We're producing a lot of food for a lot of people, so it's not always as picturesque as other farms might be. But it is delicious and it's real, and especially during the growing season, it's really quite beautiful.
And there, for some reason, for a long time, New York State, the federal government was really against the small farmer. And they really put the small farmer out of business. Whenever we get government involved in anything, it just destroys everything. That seems to be my take on this. It certainly was in the farming industry. You guys would be considered a small farm?
We are still considered a small farm. I think officially a small farm is anything that grosses under $500,000 a year. So we're sort of on the borderline right now.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Our experience has been... actually, we've had a lot of good support. I think there's a shift going on right now in the way that government thinks about small farms, partly because it's consumer-driven. You know, the more people go out and ask for food that's coming from small farms, the more your representatives are going to listen to you. But we've gotten really good support from the USDA in helping build our infrastructure. We have a great relationship with our inspectors. And
I think, to your point, though, we pay close to $40,000 a year on employee taxes. So for a farm like ours, that's more than Kristin and I make on some years. And so there is a lot of, I think, tension between pro-government, where we are being supported by the USDA and other programs, and by obviously our local members, but also the cost of being a small business in upstate New York can drive you crazy on a bad day.
So what do you what are your thoughts on what are you going to be talking about? You're going to be appearing at Hamilton College, and you have the book. What do you want to accomplish out of this?
Well, our talk is going to be about farm ethics from a farmer's perspective.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about all of these food issues that are sort of at large in the world today that people are thinking about when they're shopping in the grocery store or talking to their friends or joining a CSA. But we're going to talk about that from a farmer's perspective. And we're going to have prizes and food, and there's going to be snacks, and it's all starting at 7:30 in the Kennedy Auditorium at Hamilton College.
All right, and your goal is to just talk, and when we talk about the ethics, what are we talking about specifically?
We're talking about a whole bunch of different questions. The ethics of eating and of food are extremely complicated. So everything from environmental impact to social impact of farms, and then you can't ever forget the economic impact of farms. We talk about the ethics of farming as having a triple bottom line. So there's the environment, there's social aspects, and there's the economy, and all of those things have to stay in the positive range in order to have a truly sustainable farm.
And you guys, your education, what did you go off to college to do something, and then you decided to do this? How did this all come about? Where and when and why and what?
I ended up going to Swarthmore College, not exactly the most premier ag school in the country. And halfway through that 4 years, I took a course called Crop Plants, and a professor introduced me through the biology department to what farming might look like. And as soon as I graduated, I decided I needed to see more of what that looked like, and I got on my bike and visited close to 60 farms across the country by bicycle. Everything from a 6,000-acre corn farm in Missouri to an orange grove in California to a small truck patch of vegetables in Illinois. And I will say that after that experience, I was as addicted to farming as other people are to other things.
Yeah. Kristin, what did you do?
I went to Harvard College after graduating from RFA.
Big farming school.
Yeah, real big farming school.
Yeah.
Studied English literature and then went to New York City and worked in publishing and became a writer. And I was interviewing farmers when I went to Pennsylvania and met this man who's sitting next to me right now. We fell in love, and I left New York City. He left his farm in Pennsylvania, and we started our farm way up north in the North Country.
And your parents were like, what in the hell are you two thinking?
And they wanted their tuition money back.
Wow. All right. Well, this will be something. It'll be happening at 7:30. Is it tonight at 7:30?
It's tonight.
It's tonight at 7:30 over at the Kennedy Auditorium, the Taylor Science Center at Hamilton College. So check it out. It's the ethics of farming from two unlikely farmers, I must say. So.
And there might be some angry Hamilton parents afterwards.
And some angry Hamilton parents.
That's
right?
our goal.
Going to inspire these kids out there that are spending all this money on their liberal arts degree.
Yeah, when you asked what our objective was tonight, I mean, it is my evangelical desire to turn everyone into a farmer.
All right.
Period.
Pretty awesome. Guys, thanks so much. Mark and Kristin Kimball, thank you.
So
Thanks
we
for
farm
having
me.
about 800 acres up in Essex.
And do you welcome people to come for tours?
Yeah, we have 4 tours each year, and we usually get anywhere from 50 to 150 people. And we really try to just show everybody everything that we're doing and open it up with food. And they're pretty high energy events. Families come and leave with big smiles on their faces.
So all ages?
All ages, yeah, all ages. And those dates are posted on our website. We have 2 websites, KristinKimball.com, where I have a blog that goes up every week, and EssexFarmCSA.com, where you can learn more about our farm and what we do.
Okay, and tonight you'll be at Hamilton, 7:30.
Hamilton College, 7:30 in the Kennedy Auditorium at the
I think for
Taylor
us the most
Science
exciting
Center.
part about being invited to leave our farm and go out and see the bigger world, you know, sometimes we get kind of locked into milking cows and making hay and doing winter chores, is one, to just connect what we're doing to everybody's food, because everybody eats. I think we're really excited about that, just talking about where your food came from and how we made it and how other people make it and how we can all do it better. And then I think the other thing that really gets us both worked up is that at places like Hamilton and obviously elsewhere, people like you, there's a huge interest in figuring out how to do this farming thing. And with 25 years of experience, it's just kind of nice to have the confidence and understanding of what can go wrong, what can go right, and how to really take the first steps, and then to bring that to a young audience at Hamilton and see the students light up and get to eat food that we grew. And like the milk we're going to bring today, we milked yesterday. And so they're going to drink milk that we milked yesterday, and that for us is so normal that we don't think about it, but it's really fun as farmers, I think, to bring products that we actually know the whole life story. We know when the carrot was planted, we know who planted it, we know who picked it, and we know that we're eating it today. To bring those kind of stories to the wider sort of food-interested audience has been really exciting for us.